guys, so I already gave you the worst of 2018 list. Now I'm going to give you the best of list. I'm going to do it a little differently this time though, so that it'll hopefully be more steady. Because when I played back that video, I hated how all over the place and shaky it was. So I'm just going to line them up by score and then redo it and splice it together, and I think it'll be nicer all around for that. So, the lowest scores I'm including in the best of video are an 8, going up through a 10. So what we currently have out here are the ones that scored an 8. This would have been up yesterday, but it took ages trying to track down where everything was, and one of them is still missing in action, and I think I may have lost it, so I probably have to replace that one. So, I'm going to use a placeholder when I get to that one, so it'll still get its well-deserved mention, but I am aware that the one that is in the video in that place is not actually that one, but it's not in this row, so don't try and guess on this one, because it's not there yet. So anyway, so everything that earned an 8 last year. It's not very many when you see them all lined up, is it? It's kind of weird. So, first we have from the Body Shop, the Born Lippy in Plum, which is heavily tinted, and I love it, and I'm still not over just how legit this smells. I adore it to death. It still makes me sad that they discontinued this. Next up, these are in no particular order, by the way, they just are everything that earned an 8. BeatleBabe's Blueberry Pomegranate, and again, sad that not just this is discontinued, but the entirety of BeatleBabe is discontinued. They're gone. They are under, which forever makes me sad. So then we have Bomb Shot in Raspberry. This one's really good. I highly recommend it to anybody who wants a good organic one that looks a little, kitschy or guyish or anything. It's a good one. Then with the Baby Lips buds, we have Peach Posy. I think this was one of the buds. Pretty sure anyway. It doesn't have the little flowers on it, maybe not. But it's Peach Posy anyway, so it's pretty good. It smells amazing. Surprisingly, one of the Hershey's Kisses bombs from last year's Valentine's Day set actually made it in. And this one is the Cherry Cordial one. So who knows if this year's release will live up to that one, but this one actually made it in. I'm still shook. So then we actually have a Zoom Zoom. We have a couple Zoom Zooms that made it into the best of, but there's only 2. But for 8s, we have the Holiday Daisy Duck in, I think I know what this is, but Peppermint Macaron. This one's really nice. They should have brought her back this year, honestly. They really didn't do many Zoom Zooms last year, did they? Then we have the Fanta Orange Soda Cup. No need to pick it up, no, it can just stay. Then we have 2 of the Soft Lip Skinny Sticks. We have Candy Apple from the Halloween pack. And we have Frosted Berry from the Holiday pack. Then from Crazy Rumors, we have Cola. From the Chapstick Total Hydration line with Moisture and Tint, we have Hello Bordeaux, which is actually very similar in shade to this guy over here. And then from Glossier, I know this is only like the sample size, but still, we have Mint. I adore this. I would love to get the full size of that. Then in Smashbox, we have, in their Always On liquid lipstick, Babe Alert, which is a very nice color, at least on me anyway. And then finally also from Baby Lips Buds, we have Hot Hibiscus, which is this gorgeous hot dark pink. So that is everything that earned an 8 last year. Let me reset up for 8.5. Okay, so these are the ones that got 8.5. It's a much shorter list, isn't it? Yeah, you can tell how this list is going already. So there were only 4 that got an 8.5 last year. So we have the Broadway Colors Cube in Lemon. And yes, that is supposed to be a little divot there. I didn't break it. That's part of their design. We have the EOS Sugar Plum Smooth Sphere. Yeah, I guess smooth was right. I'm still waking up. We have the Soft Lips 2018 version of Marshmallow Ghost. And we have, also from the Body Shop Born Lippy line, the Lychee Shimmer, which I think was my favorite scent out of all of them personally, and again, makes me so sad that they have now discontinued these figures. By the time I discovered them and fell in love with them, they were done. Story of my life. So, I will be back in a minute again with everything that earned a 9 last year. Okay, we're back, and this is everything that earned a 9 last year. Yeah, there's quite a bit of 9s. I'm actually kind of shocked. But before anyone says it, yes, I know. Yes, I see them. This is the last time you will ever see or hear me mention Lipsest on this channel. Thankfully, there weren't very many to add into this list this year. I highly debated just omitting them entirely and pretending they never existed, but you know what? Fair is fair. They did earn these scores back when I reviewed them. It would be disingenuous of me to have not included them in this list for that. So, the entire rest of my Lipsest collection has since been thrown away since the falling out with Kayla, and the whole issue with her brand, but I held on to the ones that scored high enough to make it into this video just so I could make this video. After I'm done with this, they will also find their way into the trash as well, and I will be washing my hands of ever mentioning that brand again. Or her, so do not keep bringing it up. I don't wish to keep rehashing it. So, everything that earned a 9 last year. Starting over here, we've got the Carmex Daily Care Fresh Cherry. And then we have the EOS, what was the title of that one? I think it was just Aloe, like EOS with Aloe and SPF 30. However, retroactively, I feel like I would dock that a point down to an 8. Personally, I'm not going to change the score here because the review is what the review was, but just between you and I would dock that down a point because it does suffer that same issue of the SPF taste that you get in your mouth. It just lingers for hours and it's the most bitter, disgusting thing ever. So I would dock that to an 8, just retroactively, but for how it scored in its actual review, it got a 9, so I am placing it here for this video, but in terms of where it honestly should be, it should be down to an 8, at least. And then we come to the Lipsest portion of this. So we got Party Princess Cake and Ice Cream over here with the lavender top. And then we have a La Cura Bee Kissed Lip Balm in, what is that one? Tangerine Orange, right here. And a couple more Lipsest. We have Gummy Bear Obsession and North Pole Peppermint Bark. Then we've got Lip Smacker Zoom Zoom. We have Han Solo in, what was it? Froyo Smuggler, I believe, is what that one is. I really don't want to pick any of these up or risk knocking them all over and have to set up this whole row where it fits just barely in frame again, so I'm like not picking them up. Then we have Taste Beauties, Nestle's Goobers, Crazy Rumors in Orange Clove, the EOS Smooth Stick in Vanilla Bean, which it is crazy to me that it took until 2018 to finally review that sucker, given how many of it I have had, yet I had apparently never reviewed it till last year. I thought I had. I thought wrong. I apparently still haven't done Sweet Mint either, but every time I get one of those, it comes spoiled, so there is reason why it's never been reviewed. Then we have the Bomb Shot in Organic Pomegranate, and then Lip Smacker in Galactic Marshmallow, Celestial Seasonings in Mandarin Orange Spice, Buzzle Bomb, again R.I.P. Buzzle Bomb, in Key Lime Pie. We have the Chapstick Duo in Citrus, which is surprising to me that a chapstick duo managed to get a high score, because usually they're terrible, but that one managed to do the thing, so you know what? Slow clap for it. We have the Carmex Daily Care in Honeydew Melon, which again I still highly recommend. The limited edition Special K EOS in Red Berries. The Lipsest Root Beer Fizz, thank God, final one. The Soft Lips Salted Caramel Skinny Stick. The EOS First Snow. And then this one is the one I was mentioning earlier, the placeholder. This is why I have it turned with its back to the camera. The cap is approximately the right color, so in reality this is caramel apple, but it's holding the place of chai tea, because I'm pretty sure I lost that one when I saw Ringo. That's the last time I remember having it, and it is nowhere to be found. I think it fell out of my purse. So I have to get another one. But anyway, that's everything that earned a 9 scoring last year. So now, in a minute, I will be back with everything that got a 9.5. It's a much shorter list. You will notice that the 9.5 scores is a very short list, and looks almost ridiculous with like 3 of them being one height and then the one tall one. But yeah, so these were almost perfect scores, but not quite. They all had one little teeny tiny thing that prevented them from getting that perfect 10. And it breaks my heart that they were so close, but just didn't quite get that last little bit of the way there. So, surprisingly, a lip smacker managed to get it an almost perfect 10. This one was the Golden Caramel Droid. And then the Crazy Rumors Leaping Bunny, which is plum apricot, for anyone who's curious. The just straight up old school Burt's Bees beeswax with peppermint and vitamin E. So close to a perfect score. My only complaint is that that wax is harder than most Burt's Bees. If it were the softer wax that they usually are, that would have been a perfect 10, because I otherwise adore that one. I love the tingliness of it. Everything about it is good, except it not being quite soft enough for my liking. But it's so close to a 10, it can taste it. It makes me so sad that it just isn't quite there. And then finally, the Kokie Professional Kissable Liquid Lipstick in Cerise. I still say this looks like a vial of blood. Like, for real though, it does, but it's not. So anyway, that is everything that got a 9.5. So I'll be back in a second with everything that got a perfect 10. And finally, we are back with the perfect 10 scorings of 2018. There's not very many, but there's more than there have been in certain prior years, so can't really complain too hard, and I'm very surprised by some of the ones that made it into the perfect 10 category. So starting off, these are in no particular order. It's not like, this is the best one. No, there's none of these that I would necessarily put as the best one, like number 1, head and shoulders above the others. They're just at random that scored 10s. Same with all the others, by the way. They were in no particular, like, ranked order. They just all happened to get that score. So we have the Lakira Cranberry Vitamin Smoothie, which that one, you know, that seems appropriate, because last year it seems like one of the hot flavors was cranberry, and I'm not quite sure why, but I'm happy with it, because it wasn't really something that you saw too much till last year, where everybody all kind of had that same idea and all jumped that bandwagon. But this one was the nicest one, in my opinion, and I never would have found it if it weren't for one of my awesome subscribers who recommended it to me when I mentioned something about a cranberry one. So I'm very happy they pointed me in the direction of that. But more surprising is that a freaking lip smacker got a perfect 10. That never happens, but it happened last year. Dark Side Cherry got one, so you know what? Props to them. They actually did the thing. We also have the EOS Water Mint, which I'm not sure if they're still selling that or not. They may have already discontinued that one. That was part of their aquatic collection. They've since come out with a new one in the exact same packaging, right down to the iridescent purple shimmer on it, in their Moodstones collection. The aquamarine one looks identical to this, so that should be interesting how I'm gonna tell those apart. But for last year, that one got a perfect 10, which is surprising because it had that weird grassy smell to it, but I still gave it a 10. Chapstick's Watermelon Kiss. I forgot how nice that one was until I was putting together this list. I may be pulling this one back out and using it heavily again now because I've reminded myself of how nice it is. And then Crazy Rumors in Mint Bubble, which I'm still sad that they have discontinued at this point, but it is what it is. And then Balmy, which I had never tried until last year, even though I've heard about them for years and years and years. It's basically the UK equivalent of EOS, for anyone who's unfamiliar with them, except they come in a cube instead of a sphere, so it's kind of funny to me. The Burt's Bees in Honey got a perfect 10, which doesn't surprise me that they got a perfect 10, but it does surprise me that it took me till 2018 to review the dang thing, because it's so basic that I totally overlooked it. Kind of like the Beeswax Peppermint one. I had not realized I had never reviewed that one before. I thought I had. That one, ironically, is the one that brought me to Burt's Bees in the first place years and years ago, that just impressed the hell out of me and made me want to try more of theirs. So it's fitting that it got a perfect 10, even this many years later. I am still that impressed with it. And then the last 10 that we got all year was the EOS Tropical Mango, which just smells heavenly. I think they're still selling it too. I don't think that one was limited edition, but it smells really, really, really good. If you'd like mango, it is an excellent representation of the scent. A lot of mango things smell more citrus than actual mango. This one is spot on, in my opinion. But yeah, so those are the top scores of the best lip balms that I've reviewed last year for 2018. Do you agree with my scores? Do you disagree with them? What would you have considered your favorites of last year to be? Let me know below down in the comments. These weren't necessarily by favorites per se, these are just by my review scores is how these were chosen. If I did favorites, this would be a very different list. But anyway, I'm not doing one of those because it would just be too difficult. I like too many things. But anyways, you guys know the drill. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit subscribe, click that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below, make sure you're following my social media accounts, they're all listed down below, and if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. So anyway guys, till next time, bye bye.